because the Torah, in order for Torah to perpetuate from one generation to the next, it has to be from Rebbe to Talmud, father to son, like Moshe Kibel Torah Sinai, gave it to Yeshua to the Zakanim, and that's how we do it. So the Torah that we learn here is the exact same Torah that Hashem gave to Moshe Rabbeinu on Har Sinai 3,300 years ago. We have the fortune that we have a very chashuv family in our city, the Krengel family. They go back doirei doiros, and they, from father to son to son to son, now to daughter, right, here in Torah Day School, right, of people who learn Torah, support Torah, a machshav Torah, and it's our tremendous cover that they chose Torah Day School to donate the paroches L'il Nishmas, their father, Shimon ben Yosef Halevi, among other people. Shimon ben Yosef Halevi's yard site is next week. Next week, unfortunately, we don't have school. So therefore, I asked Reb Shalom to Halevi to come and speak to you boys a little bit about his father, about his dairis, all the way back. I don't know, you go back to Har Sinai, but all the way back, what their Messiah is. So before we do that, we just wanted to give a little bit of a token of our appreciation to Reb Shalom and to Daniel, who sponsored the Pareiches.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Rabbi.
Just take a
My wife will take a picture.
And his mother is here, his wife is here, Todah, and you should continue to have nachas from your children, your grandchildren. Without further ado, Reb Shalom.
Thank you, Rabbi. I'm going to do the speech in 3 paragraphs. Okay? First of all, I'm going to give you something and realize how good the Hebrew is in this school. Then I'm going to talk about my dad. She was a very righteous person, and that's why us, the boys, following his direction. And the third thing, I'm going to give you something for the future when you grow up. And that's the way I went. And thank God, everything with God's help, it got me to where I wanted to be. Last week, somebody came to me and said, before the class, he said, Mr. Krengel, I'm hearing that people, Jewish people, wants to remove the mezuzot from the houses. Now, how can you do something like that, you know? Mezuzah, if you look at the mezuzah, it says El Shaddai. Shin Dalet Yud. Shin Dalet Yud means 2 things. Shomer Dirot Israel or Shomer Dlatot Israel. Any Jewish person that lives in a house, the first thing he needs to do to put a mezuzah on his right hand side of the front door. That's what makes sure that this mezuzah will cover us. So how can people say that? And I'm going to give you a proof to show you with the letters what the Kabbalah says about mezuzah. Where's the board? Is there a board here? Rabbi Abraham told me he's going to give me a... Can I go over there or right here? Okay. So, if you can see, what is this letter? Everybody knows? Yafeh. So, Echolam on the top. Sometimes you can write mezuzot with a vav, and you can write mezuzot with a dagesh on top of the letter. Okay? So look at this. If a Jewish person said he wants to remove the mezuzah, look what happened. The first letter and the second letter together goes with Mem Taf. What's Mem Taf means? What's Met means in English? Zain and Zain, what is together? Zaz. You know what means Zaz? Move. When you remove the mezuzah from your house, anybody lives in this house is dead. So we never ever, as Jews, removing mezuzah from our house. Actually, the Torah explained to us, if you guys, when you grow up, want to sell a house, and you know you sell a house to a Jewish person, you leave the mezuzah at the house. But again, you need to make sure the mezuzah is kosher. So anybody tells you to take the flag of Israel down, I don't care. But if somebody tell you move the mezuzah, never. Because this is El Shaddai, Shin Dalet Yud. Shin Dalet Yud. Shomer Dlatot Israel. He's guarding our doors, guys. We cannot move it. That's what I want you to understand, because I got upset when somebody tells me, who's going to guard me? If all those terrorists looking and seeing mezuzah outside, they're going to come first to my house and kill me. But we have God that protect us. Second thing, my father, Shimon ben Yosef Halevi, was born in 1936, September. We don't know a lot because my father didn't speak a lot and didn't explain to us. I had the privilege to raised by my grandfather and grandmother in Bnei Brak. And my mother was working, my father was working. It was hard. So my father explained to us, as much as I remember, before the war started. So in 1939, my grandfather decided to take a wagon. Now he was living my father, born in Galicia and Poland. And actually I went a few years before with Rabbi Feigenbaum on a trip to Poland. And we went to Galicia, but my father didn't have anybody except for his little brother. They didn't know nothing about where and what, the location, and if there's anybody there. My grandfather, like Rabbi Pecker said, without knowing, was a sofer stam. He used to write Sifrei Torah. And he passed away on the way to Russia. So my grandfather took all the kids, whoever wanted to come, to Russia. Then the war started. Poland was the first thing that Germany came and took over. My grandfather decided to move to Siberia. Siberia, they made him work on Yom Kippur. Work with no food. He worked because he didn't have a choice. In Yiddish, we say we ate kartoffelach. You know what kartoffelach is? Potatoes. Beautiful. So they ate potatoes and bread, dry bread. That's how those people used to live, because they cherish what God did for them, regardless. And we always have to do that. After the war, and that's why my grandfather, my parents, and all our family here survived, because of the decision that my grandparents did to survive in a place that you cannot survive. Down there is minus 50 degrees, freezing. So guys, you don't even know what's problems here. You live in a beautiful place in Dallas, Texas, and you have a beautiful school here that people started it, and you need to take this with you to remember, life is not easy. We're not here to have fun. We're here to do what God asked us to do. Then my father and my grandfather made an aliyah to Israel. My father went to the army, and we moved immediately to Bnei Brak. I went to a religious school like you guys. Same thing, it looks like that. Even I had the light blue shirt and dark pants. The same thing in Moholiver and Bnei Brak. After that, I went to the Navy, and my parents came to the United States. And my uncle at that time had a kosher restaurant. Deli, called Reichman Deli. And this was the first deli in Dallas. And then my father came in with my mom. They got partnered together. So they are the one that started basically his father, my uncle father. He was the one who started. So a lot of these things that we do here or we done here was thanks to our, like Rabbi Pecker said, our parents or grandparents that started, and we follow up. Then my father suffered in his life here. He had dementia. Didn't know who we are. But my father, he started at Akiba. Akiba Academy was, the people in the South knows where this non-Jewish school before Orat Torah used to be Akiba. Okay? And there used to be the first synagogue over there. My father used to go over there. Then he went to Young Israel. And he opened the shal every day in the morning and at night. My father was a Levi and a Kohen. They're very strict. They don't go left, right. They go straight. So my father was like that. You come on time. You do your stuff on time. You pray on time. You used to sit down and read Tehillim every day. That was my father. And he suffered a lot. But thank God now he's in a great place. It's close to God. This was my father at Tzaddik. I'm going to show you another version that I want you guys, the last one, to take with you as you grow up. That's what I did. So, next month is Tu B'Shvat, correct? I'm not going to talk about Tu B'Shvat, but it's Chag La'ilanot. We do a blessing for whatever God is going to give us, the fruit and vegetable. And Rabbi Sharon tells us is actually give you everything that you need for this year. Everything that we pray in Yom Kippur, we pray in Rosh Hashanah, goes to Shmini Atzeret, goes to Hoshana Rabbah, but still till Tu B'Shvat is the day that we pray that the ilanot will grow, the food will blossom, the fruit will blossom, yes, and we will have enough so we don't have to starve. So I want to show you something that you need to take with yourself when you grow up. There's few mitzvot, if you know, in Purim. משלוח מנות, נכון? מתנות לאביונים, קריאת המגילה, and some more that we need to do. But we have to be what? משנכנס אדר, מרבין בשמחה. Have to be happy. So I want to bring you up to the happy process that when you grow up, you will definitely always think about it. So one of the mitzvot, it's called, Rabbi, we need to buy some
markers.
That's called machatzit. I got one. Thank you, Rabbi. Machatzit HaShekel. It's a mitzvah. When we go, everybody goes to shul. Remember, we go up to the bima and we take $3 or $3, whatever it is, and we raise it up and put it down. This is for machatzit HaShekel. My rabbi told us it's very nice when you know what cost is lunch in Dallas, Texas, and that's what we need to give. If somebody comes and said he didn't eat, he need you to help him with food. I think falafel and juice and fries is about $10 or $15. You give him this amount of money. Look how many tzedakot can a person do. He buy the food, he does netilat yadayim, he does birkat hamazon, thanks God and thank the person that gave him the money. So he actually, when you gave him the money, you made him live another day. You never know if he's got the money. So when we talk to machatzit HaShekel, look how much is this important. It's similar to this, but remember, this is very important in life. What's the first letter? The last letter? The second letter? The fourth letter? And what is in the middle? Look at this, how beautiful it works. At tzaddik, the word tzaddik is the letter tzaddik. You can say it tzaddik, or you can say it tzedakah. It's 1, 2, 1, 2. This is right in the middle. If you're staying away from a tzaddik, from your rabbi, or from the tzedakah, you'll be what? If you're staying karov to the rabbi or to tzedakah, what you are? So remember, the first thing we need to do when we give machatzit shekel, to understand this is not our money, that doesn't belong to us. God gave this money for us to do good deeds with it. So I'll tell you what I did. When I came to Ora Torah, I told Rabbi, I want to do chesed. Anybody need chesed, please let me know. Because chesed is the thing, it gets you to Olam Haba. When we talk to Rabbi Sharon, because today it's so hard, and what you guys doing, praying with the rabbis, and doing such a beautiful job, every soldier that in Israel is holding because of you guys. So when you pray a little bit extra for everybody, because without them and without you, we cannot survive. So always be close to a tzaddik or a tzedakah. When you're close to a tzedakah or close to a tzaddik, you cannot go any wrong. Before I finish, I want to thank Rabbi Pecker for honoring my family, my brothers, my mom, my wife, and Danny's wife, and Gil's wife. And thank you for the great job you do here. And I wish you the best. And the Morim, באמת, very beautiful job. And this is, I call it yeshiva, that you're sitting in and you're bringing kids through a process. So when they grow up, guys, be like your rabbis, respect your family, respect your parents. May God bless you all, and I wish you a happy, happy New Year.